the surface, let's explore the ocean, one of Earth's most mysterious and powerful forces. Close your eyes and let these facts drift you into calm. The Pacific Ocean is the largest. It's bigger than all of Earth's land combined. If you drained the oceans, you'd see an underwater mountain range that wraps around the globe. The mid-ocean ridge, which is longer than any on land. The ocean contains about 20 million tons of gold, dissolved in water. The deepest known point in the ocean is the Mariana Trench, about 36,000 feet deep. That's deeper than a commercial plane flies. The pressure down there is over 1,000 times what we feel at sea level. The trench is so deep that if Mount Everest were placed inside, it would still be over a mile underwater. Despite the pressure and cold, life still thrives. Creatures like giant amphipods, snailfish, and sea cucumbers live there. Scientists have only explored about 5% of the ocean. That means 95% remains a mystery. There's more water locked in Earth's mantle than in all the oceans combined. But it's trapped in minerals, not liquid form. The ocean has its own seasons. In spring, nutrient-rich waters rise to the surface in many places, triggering massive plankton blooms that feed entire food chains. Sharks existed before trees. They've been swimming in the oceans for over 400 million years. The largest living structure on Earth isn't a forest. It's the Great Barrier Reef, stretching over 1,400 miles. Some whales can hold their breath for over 2 hours. The Cuvier's beaked whale holds the record at more than 3 hours underwater. There's a place in the ocean called Point Nemo. It's the farthest spot from any land. So remote, the closest humans are usually astronauts flying above it in space. Seawater glows red, green, or blue in certain regions at night, depending on the species of bioluminescent plankton floating in it. There's an entire network of underwater internet cables running across the ocean floor, over 1.2 million kilometers, connecting the world's continents. Octopuses have 3 hearts, and their blood is blue. When they swim, 2 of their hearts stop beating. Sea otters hold hands when they sleep to keep from drifting apart. They also use rocks as tools, storing their favorite ones under their armpits. Some parts of the ocean floor are less mapped than the surface of Mars. Even with sonar, it's too deep, too dark, and too vast to fully understand. Humpback whales use bubble nets to hunt. They swim in circles, blowing bubbles to trap fish into a tight ball, then rise through the center to feed. Ice fish in the Antarctic have antifreeze proteins in their blood, keeping them alive in waters colder than freezing. There are underwater waterfalls, like the one between Greenland and Iceland, where cold, dense water drops downward, flowing like a river beneath the sea. The ocean has natural sound channels, called SOFAR layers, where sound can travel thousands of miles with barely any loss. It's how whale songs can travel entire ocean basins. The Greenland shark can live up to 500 years, making it the longest living vertebrate on Earth. Some fish change sex as they grow. Clownfish, for example, are all born male, and the dominant one becomes female. There are more species of fish in the ocean than all species of amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals combined. The anglerfish uses a glowing lure on its head to attract prey. The vampire squid isn't actually a squid or a vampire, but it does live in oxygen-deprived waters that most creatures can't survive. The immortal jellyfish can revert to its earliest form, potentially living forever under the right conditions. The giant squid, once thought to be a myth, can grow over 40 feet long and has eyes the size of dinner plates. Sound travels 4 times faster in water than in air. Whales can communicate over hundreds of miles using deep, low-frequency sounds. The loudest known underwater sound is the bloop, recorded in 1997. Scientists originally thought it might be from a giant sea creature, but now believe it was an ice quake. Some fish use sound to attract mates or scare predators. The ocean is not silent. It's full of clicks, songs, groans, and unknown noises. Brine pools are underwater lakes. They're so salty that they sit on the ocean floor like a separate body of water. Underwater volcanoes create new land. In fact, most of Earth's volcanic activity happens under the sea. The ocean glows in some places at night due to plankton that emit light when disturbed. Tsunamis can travel at the speed of a jet plane, up to 500 mph. There are underwater rivers in places like Mexico, formed by hydrogen sulfide separating from fresh water. The ocean is vast, mysterious, and still mostly unknown. There's more history on the ocean floor than in all the world's museums, and every time you stand by the shore, you're looking at a frontier we've barely touched. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and drift